Tonight, Rivers State Administration of Small Estate Payment Exemption Bill 2023 passes second reading. Chicago State University bars public access to academic records of President Tinubu. Plus, ENEC assures of automatic transmission of votes in 11 November gubernatorial election in Kogi State. Love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch RSTV News live on YouTube at RSTV online and Facebook at RSTV22PH online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Welcome. This is the World News, and my name is Obobele Barapaka. The River State Administration of Small Estate Payment Exemption Bill 2023 has passed second reading in the State House of Assembly. It is a private member bill co-sponsored by the Speaker, Martin Amehule, and the lawmaker representing Bonny constituency in the legislature, Oko Jumbo. Vincent Ako takes it from here.
The Rivers State Administration of Small Estate Payment Exemption Bill 2023 intends to waive all associated fees payable by bereaved families to enable them access to the account of the deceased. The bill proposes a sum of 2 million naira and below as benchmark to attract such waiver. Sponsor of the bill, Edison Ehie, while debating on the bill, said when passed to law would eliminate rigorous processes in accessing estate of a deceased where he has 2 million naira and below in his bank account and will help in administration of justice in the state.
This has to do particular regards to small estates, and in this case the bill is proposing the sum of 2 million naira and below for bank accounts, personal properties, estate of the deceased. 2023 at 10 p.m. I so move.
Lawmakers including Honorable Solomon Wame of Falga Constituency 1, Onka Ignatius of Eche Constituency 1, Gerald of Foji of Oyibo, Tekena Wellington Graville, Asari Toro 1, Silvanus Wanko of Omoma, Justina Emejuru of Emoha, and Honorable Bernard Mbam of Thai State constituencies align themselves with views of the sponsors, describing it as timely and serving interest of the poor.
We are totally in support of that bill. I want to support that bill is necessary to help the poor people.
This bill is also timely because it will protect the interests of the poor people.
Speaker, Right Reverend Martin Amehule, while closing debate on the bill, said it will go a long way in assisting bereaved families and committed it to the committee on the whole.
Distinguished colleagues, I do not think we should go to extensive public hearing because it's a small amendment that is required. I think committee of the whole will be sufficient. On that note, this bill is hereby committed to the committee of the whole.
Also at plenary, the River State Public Works and Utility Protection Amendment Bill 2023 held first reading. House adjourned till Wednesday this week. Vincent Ako, RSTV News.
The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council of the River State University, Nkmolu Orowuruku Port Harcourt, the Honorable Justice Iche Ndo, retired, has expressed satisfaction over the completion of the pathology building at the River State University Teaching Hospital, a project initiated in 2021 by the River State government. Obiando Madumi has details.
The Pro-Chancellor, who said this when he led members of council and management on an inspection tour to the pathology building, stated that it will be ready for commissioning as part of projects lined up for the 100 days in office by the Governor of Rivers State and visitor of the university. The chairman used the forum to commend the Rivers State government for the project, noting that when completed, the pathology building will provide services to the teaching hospital and training for undergraduate and postgraduate students of the College of Medical Sciences.
It is very, very critical, and if you don't have it, there are accreditations you may never get. We thank God the River State government has provided this by directive and fund. We commend River State government for providing this facility.
The Vice Chancellor, Professor Lerumo Kobule, who also spoke at the inspection tour, stated that the pathology building is already at 97% completion stage, expressing optimism that it will be fully ready for commissioning in the next 2 weeks.
We have seen what has been done, and I'd like to say that there is a significant improvement in what was the position some weeks ago. Done well. He said just about 97% done. What we have seen, we have observed that there is still work to be done in terms of finishing some of those little areas need to be touched. And I think that those things will, when done, will bring the project really to the level that we all expect it to be.
On his part, the Provost, College of Medical Sciences, Professor Chituru Oluweni, said the pathology building will accommodate all residency training programs in pathology at the postgraduate level. Professor Oluweni noted that the pathology building is significant to the university and the teaching hospital, stressing that all patients who visit the teaching hospital will have to undergo various medical investigations in the building.
Now that we have gotten this stuff, we are set after commissioning to invite them, and they will come and give us accreditation for both National Postgraduate Medical College and the West African Medical College. So we are set to go, and from the structure we have here, everything is in place.
The acting chief medical director, Rivers University Teaching Hospital, Professor Chizindo Aliko, deputy vice chancellors of Rivers State University, and other principal officers of the university were also on the entourage of the pro-chancellor. Obiandu Madume, RSTV News.
To matters of national concern, the Chicago State University has locked its official X account amid pressure received over the academic records of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Recall that the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, had filed a petition in a United States court to obtain information about Tinubu's academic records at the Chicago State University. His attorney in the U.S., Angela Liu, claimed in court filing at the district court in Illinois that there are several remarkable contradictions in the two certificates of Tinubu, which makes his claim of graduating from Chicago State University doubtful. With the records yet to be released to the public, some Nigerians had stormed the page, demanding for the quick release of the records. In a quick check through the page of the institution on Tuesday, the account has been placed under the Protect Your Posts feature on X, which allows users to conceal their content from people who are not followers. Now, talking electoral matters, the Independent National Electoral Commission has assured that the Kogi State's 11 November governorship results will be transmitted electronically directly from polling units to its server. Resident Electoral Commissioner in Kogi, Professor Gabriel Longpet, announced this at a two-day media roundtable engagement on the Kogi election organized by the Independent Press Center in Abuja. Professor Longpet said the electronic transmission of the results will help to eliminate rigging, electoral fraud, and other irregularities, and to ensure the enthronement of credibility and transparency in the electoral process. Longpet also assured that the issues of insecurity that characterized the 2019 governorship election have been critically analyzed and dealt with, urging Kogi electorate to come out and vote as the election will be volatile-free. The Independent Press Center Executive Director, Mr. Langre Arobundade, said the two-day media roundtable was part of conscious efforts by the center to train media personnel and build strategic partnerships and alliances amongst election actors that would be harnessed to produce a better democratic setting in Kogi State. The chairman of the ad hoc committee investigating job racketeering in federal ministries, departments and agencies, Honorable Yusuf Gagdi, had on Tuesday summoned all the vice-chancellors of federal universities to appear on Friday to give documentary evidence on allegations made on bribery and extortion by a member of the ad hoc committee. Honorable Gagdi, who issued the notice during the resumed investigative hearing on job racketeering across over 900 MDAs, dismissed allegations of the alleged extortion of some MDAs, while debunking an online report titled "Nigerian Lawmakers Probing Job Racketeering Are Extorting Money from Agencies." He described the report as unfair to tag all 37 members of the ad hoc committee corrupt. And Honorable Gagdi maintained that the ad hoc committee will not be deterred by any form of sponsored blackmail from carrying out its statutory functions. He maintained that though he is the chairman of the committee, he was unaware of any member collecting money from MDAs. So the report should have indicted the member involved, not the entire committee. Honorable Gagdi noted that if the author of the report and the vice-chancellors have any information on any particular member, such report should be channeled towards the member rather than blackmailing all members of the ad hoc committee. You're watching news coming from the studios of River State Television. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. So you can watch us, RSTV News, live on YouTube at RSTV Online and Facebook at RSTV22PH Online. You can also subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Coming up, Tropical Storm Idalia strengthening into hurricane forces towards Florida. And in sports, Spanish Sports Federation considers sack of women's head coach George Velda over Rubiales' action. We'll bring you all of these details if you keep us company when we return after the break.
Like many things in life, making great music is a process. And a key part of that is the right data and the data that helps you understand what needs to be done and how to do it and what sound will connect with listeners. Bring it up. Let's go everybody see. Whatever aspect of life you're into, enjoy the journey. 9 Mobile's got you covered.
Dial *301# now.
9 Mobile. The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you, you show me love. You show. No matter when I show you, you show me love.
Now available in new flavors.
You show me love.
The words are hard to find, they're still heavy on my mind tonight. The pain is deep inside, but I still want to hide. Happy birthday!
Is this what you really want to do?
Yes, Dad. That's what I've been trying to show you.
Fight for your dreams the advanced way with Glow LTE Advanced. The power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow sale or dial *301#.
Only you can do
The Obite Elites Forum, a gay kingdom, heartily congratulates His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, Sasimina Laye Fubara GSSRS, and his deputy, Her Excellency, Professor Ngozi Mma Odu, DSSRS, on their well-deserved victory at the polls and subsequent swearing in to steer the ship of state. Your Excellencies, your victory, no doubt, is a clear manifestation of the people's confidence in your capacity to take Rivers State to greater heights. We equally salute the emergence of the former Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Ezewo Wike, as Minister of FCT Abuja, as well as member representing Onelga Constituency 1 in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Franklin Wabochi. Our prayers are that God will visit you with the requisite wisdom and strength to uphold the people's mandate anchored on the fear of God. Signed, Pastor Simeon Uchendu, Chairman, Chief Mbadike A.N. Allen Osa, Secretary, Obite Elites Forum.
The new Milo 3-in-1 Milky and Creamy is truly milky and contains calcium. So, no need to add milk for that rich, creamy cup, which helps to nourish and energize your kids. Milo 3-in-1 is such a smart choice. Milo, energy to go further.
From Nestle.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you, you show me love. You show. No matter when I show you, you show me love.
Now available in new flavors.
You show me love.
Whenever I call you, I did not call myself. I didn't even want to be a pastor. Because you want to be a pastor, you go to theology school. I did not go to theology school. I didn't want to be a pastor. I wanted to travel to America. But God said, I have deposited something in you that will save so many nations. If I did not take this call, look at all those women delivering free in OPM hospital. What will be their fate? If I don't take this call, all the children in the 14 free schools that are going to school now, what will be their fate? How will they go to school? How will their life be? If I did not take this call, tell me, all these boys, all these girls, prostitute people from the street and rehabilitate. Many of them are getting married and their husband's house. All these cultists, armed robbers, now rehabilitate them. They are no longer going to armed robbery. What to be their fate? You know what God is doing in Rivers State through OPM? Bringing these people, changing their mindset. Armed robbers, killers, kidnappers. Many of them are pastors now. Many of them are working in oil companies. Many of them are doing legitimate things. They are no longer doing violent things. This is the reason why God is happy with OPM. OPM go after the unreached. Those people that churches find it difficult to reach, OPM go to reach them. If I did not take this call, tell me, how will their life be?
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
This is RSTV World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. RSTV Channel 20.
It's good to have you with us again on the news. Now time for foreign reports. Hundreds of flights have been cancelled today at the UK's busiest airports as the fallout from yesterday's air traffic control glitch continues. According to figures just released by analytics company Cirium, more than a quarter of planned flights in and out of UK airports were cancelled on Monday. Stranded passengers have rights to an alternative flight home, but the number of people affected means this could take days to organize. Meanwhile, people have been advised to check before they travel. And tropical storm Idalia has strengthened into a hurricane as it barrels towards Florida, with officials warning of potential destruction and risk of life. The coastal city, which is still recovering from last year's deadly Hurricane Ian, is one of many areas in southwest Florida where residents are weighing whether to evacuate. It is expected to intensify into an extremely dangerous major hurricane before slamming into the state's western shoreline on Wednesday. Some 14 million people in the state are under hurricane and weather warnings, owing to Idalia's uncertain path as it gathers force and moves northward over the Gulf of Mexico. Now, Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin has been buried in a private funeral in St. Petersburg, according to his press service. It said the ceremony was held in a closed format, and all those wishing to say goodbye can visit the city's cemetery. Prigozhin, 62, was confirmed dead by Russian authorities after genetic analysis of 10 bodies found in the crashed plane on 23 August near Moscow. According to the report, the Kremlin has denied speculation it was to blame for the crash. But a number of Russia watchers, both in the country and abroad, have described Prigozhin as a dead man walking since an aborted armed mutiny he led back in June. All 10 people, including Prigozhin's right-hand man, Dmitry Utkin, died in the crash in the Tvergy region, northwest of Moscow. Now let's take a look at entertainment reports. Popular musician Fino took the internet by surprise with the announcement of the arrival of his newborn. The announcement made via his Instagram page had an adorable photograph of himself cradling his newborn baby, but as of the time of this report, the mother of the child is still unknown. Olivia Nemeka has more on this report and other entertainment stories.
Fino noted that his fatherhood journey has been wholesome so far. He also announced that he has been working on new music during his time off social media and that it will be released on Friday. Congratulatory messages have since overflowed for the rapper as his supporters and fellow celebrities have sent in their goodwill messages and love. Hannah Montana star Mitchell Musso, who also played Oliver in the Disney sitcom, starring alongside Miley and Billy Ray Cyrus, has been arrested on suspicion of theft and public intoxication after allegedly stealing a pack of crisps. When he was asked to pay for the crisps, Musso allegedly refused and became very abusive. Police ran a background check on Musso, which reportedly found he has several outstanding traffic warrants. Musso spent the night in prison but was released a day later on a $1,000 bond, which is £793. The actor also faces charges of expired car registration, failure to display a driving license, and violating a promise to appear notice. Olivia Nemeka, RSTV Entertainment News.
In football, the Spanish Football Federation is exploring its options over whether it can sack Women's World Cup winning head coach George Vilda. Vilda remains in post despite most of his coaching staff resigning in protest against Federation President Luis Rubiales' refusal to quit for kissing squad member Jenny Hermoso after their World Cup win on 20 August. 81 Spain players, including all 23 World Cup winners, have also said they would not play for the team again while Rubiales remained in position. Vilda was spotted applauding Rubiales at the Spanish Federation's RFEF Extraordinary General Assembly on Friday, when Rubiales repeatedly insisted he would not resign, though Vilda has since criticized his behavior. The RFEF believes all those incidents combined may give them enough of a case to sack Vilda. Federation regional leaders held an extraordinary general meeting with interim President Pedro Rocha on Monday, where they called for a restructuring of the federation to start a new era. However, a third of the local football association bosses did not want to push Rubiales out of a job, so they only went on as far as releasing a statement calling on him to resign, which he has so far refused to do. Still on sports, British boxer Chris Eubank Jr. has vowed to abstain from sex ahead of his big rematch with Liam Smith on Saturday, 2 September. Eubank Jr. was stopped for the first time in his career earlier this year, having been knocked to the canvas twice before the fight was waved off. The pair will now go toe-to-toe for a second time at the Manchester Arena next month, with Eubank looking to prove his worth in the most important fight of his life. Speaking on the overlap in partnership with Sky Bet, Eubank Jr. said, and I quote, "I'm a couple of weeks away from the biggest fight of my career, so that really is all that's on my mind, getting in that ring and avenging the loss. The rest is history, but we'll look on to when he'll make it to the ring." And on a sad note, death is an inevitable end which requires Christian faithful to be blameless and ready. awaiting the call to eternity. Reverend Chibozo Nwosu, Synod Secretary, Diocese of Nyokana, said this in his sermon during the funeral of late Monday Barakoro, a staff of the River State Television at the Methodist Church, Nigeria, Buagon, Okpale Town, in Kana local government area of River State. Joy Edmond, who was there for RSTV News, has a report read from the studios.
Speaking from the scripture, John 14, verse 1 through 3 and 27, Reverend Chibozo Nwosu urged Christians to ensure they lead a life without sin. Reverend Nwosu encouraged the bereaved family to find solace in the Word of God in times of tribulation, rejection, and other attacks, knowing that only God can give peace. He said wherever a child of God is, irrespective of the circumstances, God is always present to grant all-round peace, grace, and strengthen him to conquer.
No matter the pressure on you, when it is necessary to give, do what? Give. You will surely survive. If others perish in the process, I want you to make a different confession. You will not faint. You will not perish in the process.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Communications, represented by the Director of the Ministry, Dr. Ugo Onyeka, said it is only God that can show mercy, comfort, and heal every broken heart. He enjoined the bereaved family and all Christian faithful to always live like Christ instead of mourning as those without hope.
Monday had lived his life. I got through to know Monday in a very short period of indeed. For the little time I have had communications with him, and what I had seen today, his biography, I can really testify that he's done his best while on earth.
President Jonas Adashija said late Monday until his demise was the secretary of the Men's Fellowship in the diocese. Adashija described the disease as a man of his words, integrity personified, a dependable ally who was ever ready to deliver responsibilities without sentiment.
He was never neglecting any responsibility entrusted into his care. If you give him an appointment, he is there. In fact, I see him as a humble person, very unassuming.
Daughter of the deceased, Eminent Barakoro, said their father was more than a jewel, a confidant who demonstrated immeasurable love to all his children.
My dad was more or less a peacemaker to my life. He was my secret keeper. He was my 5 and 6. My father would not let or would not allow us to see me crying, and then he would not intervene to solve one or two things that is making me shed tears.
The burial was graced by dignitaries from within and outside the state.
He was a true gentleman, an amiable personality, a man that you can rely on, who makes Monday marathon. We pray that God will grant his soul eternal rest in his bosom.
Whatever you ask him to do, Monday has no problem with anybody. But we cannot question God. To God be all the glory. He has gone to rest in the bosom of the Lord.
He took everybody's problems as his problems. He was unassuming, he was easygoing.
Different choir presentations performed in honor of late Monday Barakoro by Methodist churches, followed by interment in his compound.
We pray his soul finds peace in the bosom of the Lord. Now, do you love and care about River State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch RSTV News live on YouTube at RSTV Online and Facebook at RSTV 22PH Online. You can also subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. To end the news now, another reminder of some of our major stories. A private member bill co-sponsored by the Speaker of the River State House of Assembly and a lawmaker representing Bonny constituency titled Administration of Small Estate Payment Exemption has passed second reading. The Chicago State University has placed its account under the Protect Your Post feature on X to bar users from accessing the academic records of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We had also informed you that Independent National Electoral Commission has once again assured that the Kogi State November 11th gubernatorial election results will be transmitted electronically from polling units to its server. That's all from the news desk. Thanks for being a part of it. Good night.